Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Mr. B. We're on another episode of the B Sides of the Fight Game, folks. It is January 31st, 2024. Already 1 month gone, jeez, of the year 2024. And man, not much MMA business to go on with last weekend. But we got some MMA this weekend. I think we talked about I talked about last week. We talked about the signing of Kayla Harrison, fighting Holly Holm at UFC 300, the move to 135, which is gonna be crazy, but that's the one thing she got to link up. A couple of the other fights we mentioned, 299. I think we mentioned. I think there's another new fight for UFC 299, but I've been good so far. Hope you've been well. I hope you've been well. Hope your week's been pretty good. It's been just raining over here. A whole lot of rain for not much of a reason. Yeah. If it wasn't a cold day, it's been a wet day, pretty much, over here. Let's see, UFC 300. I think we had they announced the fight for 299. Yeah. They synced some stuff in for 299, I think. Let me make sure. If I sound a little tired, excuse me. It's been a hectic day today. Somewhat. Oh, they put Blades and Almeida on the prelim. Well, I don't think that's gonna be is it gonna be a prelim? No. Can't be. Wow. Curtis Blades doing prelim action. Even if it's a pay-per-view, Curtis Blades doing prelim action is crazy. But then again, Johnson Almeida, they gave you opportunity to be a main event and you fucked it up. But yeah, I think that was the one thing that was announced, pretty much. I guess. And look, Joanne Wood versus Marina Moroz. It's a rematch. Yeah, it's a rematch from like years ago, the flyweight fight. This was Wood. Wood was supposed to fight. She was supposed to fight Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and had she won, she was supposed to jump out there, get active, and she didn't get active. She had beat him, and she was supposed to fight, and Moroz caught her in that silly armbar. I got this. And Pollard, no. Yeah. So it was like it was actually like her official, like, though she had the exhibition loss, but it was actually like her real, like her, like, loss, her pro loss, like actual pro loss, came at Marina Moroz. Yeah. She lost to Rose Namajunas, but she lost on the show. They didn't count that. But her pro loss came against Moroz. First pro loss. Crazy, ain't it? But yeah, they put Moroz out there. That's not bad. It's a good matchup. So I talked to y'all about these matchups already. You know, this was Benoit Saint Denis and the boy at co-main event. Sheesh. And the next pay-per-view we got February 17th. Volkanovski versus Topuria. I think we got. Oh yeah, they put Roman Kripley. Roman Kopilov. My fault. Roman Kopilov versus Fluffy Hernandez because Hernandez was supposed to fight. Who was it again? He was supposed to fight Ikram. Yes, Ikram Askarov, but Skarov pulled out because of an injury. Once again, Askarov pulls out of a fight due to injury. That's fucking sucks. But yeah, Kopilov versus Hernandez should be a pretty good fight. They're both rangy guys. Hernandez does a lot more boxing than kickboxing, really, and Kopilov, that's the boxer who uses his kicks pretty damn well. Um, I just want to see how Kopilov is gonna defend the submission, the submission rage of and wrestling of Anthony Hernandez because Hernandez's wrestling is it's nightmarish, man. That's kind of like he's almost when he's on a roll with his wrestling, he's like middleweight. He's like a middleweight version of Cain Velasquez. I like that shit. He's one of the wrestle, stick, scramble if he needs to, keep it going on. That's pretty dope. Who's Ming Yang Zhang? That's the road to the UFC guy, probably. I remember Branson Ribeiro. Ribeiro had got that. Yeah. Branson's actually a really good talent. Yes. He finished, yeah. That was a dude who hit the death punch. And damn near killed, looked like he was gonna kill dude. Then you got Oban Elliott who comes here. He's fighting Val Woodburn on the card. God bless Val. Val's gonna keep fighting at 170. Well, Val's fighting at 170. I can't say keep because he took that fight with Bo Nickel at 185. Psycho. But he'll be fighting at a healthy 170 against Oban Elliott, so he has an opportunity to make shit happen. Trayshawn Gore's fighting AJ Dobson. Okay. Josh Quinlan comes back against Danny Barlow. Oh, shit. And I talked about Lemos versus Dern. I think I did. Rinya Nakamura versus Carlos Vera. I don't care whatever Vera could do. Rinya probably gonna win that shit. Lemos versus Dern. I mentioned that. Heavy hitting versus the grappler. I don't know why you would put her in a fight like that against somebody who's gonna fucking. Lemos got too much body, man. And Mackenzie's takedowns. Her wrestling is not like that. Her wrestling is not like an Andrade. It's not. It's definitely not like a Weili Zhang. Weili Zhang put the time in to get that wrestling done, which still to me, to this very moment, is fucking shocking because how much her wrestling has progressed in such a short time. And Mackenzie could have put that time in, but I don't know what the hell that girl doing. Psh. And she ain't old. She young. Get the fucking wrestling. God damn it, get your wrestling. Yo, what's happening? What's going on? But yeah, man. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so the 297, the 298 card, I mean, seems to be pretty good still. Okay, so that's happening. Okay, I think Tafa, Lima. Yeah, okay. When it comes time, we'll talk more about this card. But yeah, pretty much I just want to talk about last weekend. There was boxing. Jaime Munguia fought on Saturday. That was pretty cool. He fought John Ryder, the dude that Canelo fought last year. Well, was it last year? Actually, yeah, he did fight him last year. Mexican Independence. He won by a decision, unanimous decision, but he didn't get to finish John Ryder the way he wanted to. Well, Jaime Munguia went into that fight on Saturday, and Jaime Munguia shocked a good portion of us because homie did not he didn't technically went wild, crazy. He fought, he boxed. Let's just say that he boxed. He didn't go out there brawler style. He wasn't out there like a puncher. He went out there and looked like a boxer. He moved well, minus not moving his head. That man does not move his head or neck really, but he moved his body pretty well in the fight. And he boxed. He boxed. His right hand was money throughout the majority of the fight. The right hook, the straight right hand, where his punches on the left side, on the right side, which were landing. He put a lot of pressure on Ryder. Some measured pressure and then aggressive pressure. Ryder was trying to box with him a little bit, but Ryder needed to get his respect and go in there and land some big shots. But the craziest shit was that there was very few times where it looked like Ryder was getting his respect back. I think it was probably I want to say somewhere between the 5th and 7th. Munguia kind of gave him a little bit of space to calm, so Jaime could catch his breath, and Ryder actually looked good during those rounds, where he was trying to put the jab out there and look to land a counter shot or something of that nature. He was moving well, but then Jaime just got back on his shit, pretty much put the pressure on him, jabbed inside, threw the shots to the body. Dropped the Ryder early within like the first 2-3 rounds. Then dropped him again. Then had him against the ropes. Beat him up to the point where the ref, I'm surprised the ref didn't call it, but dudes threw in the towel. Actually, they threw the towel. Then the dude kept ringing the bell. It was like, yo, we got to stop the fight. They stopped the fight. Ryder was getting beat the hell up, man. John Ryder tried. He tried his best, but they called in the 9th round, man. Like, boy, John. So, Jaime Munguia picks up one of the biggest win in his career so far, being a John Ryder, defending that silver super middleweight title. He's looking for Canelo. We'll see what they have in the stores for him, But it was progress. He showed progress. Big shots. Got aggressive when he needed to see that Jaime Munguia Mexican style of boxing, while also showing a little new side, more measured approach. Since he's putting his time in training with Freddie Roach, now he's showing a little bit more technique, more technical side, And you gotta respect it. See how far it gets him, if it gets him to the shot with Canelo or not. But also on this card, they had Oscar Collazo, who won his fight in the co-main event against Reyneris Gutierrez. This was for the WBO World Strawweight title. Collazo won. It was a 3rd round TKO stoppage. It was nasty business. Collazo just looked sharper and was just closing in pretty much. Then he beat the brakes off of Reyneris, and that was it. Co-main event, but it ended very quick. It's kind of like, you're like, Gutierrez looks good. Then they go in there and it's like, fuck, he got the doors blown off of him, Shit. Um, Gabriela Fondora fought this girl named Christina Cruz, defending her IBF female flyweight title. Gabriela, I think, is the sister of what's that other dude? The other Fondora. Uh, was it Sebastian? Yeah, yeah, Sebastian Fondora, the Fondora that got knocked out. There you go. I don't want to say it like that, but yeah, super tall, lanky dude. Yeah, him. So Gabriella came out there. Christina tried to fight technical. She went to box. Fondora replied and then threw the more harder shots between the two. Gabriella is aggressive as hell. She had the chin kind of out there a little bit, the chin kind of tucked. I see her and her brother. I can see now why Sebastian got knocked out, and his sister might get knocked out one day, but it won't be soon. Hopefully, she gets an aggressive style. So, with the shots and the counter shots that she pulls out there, so she was putting out a good overhand. She hit with some good hooks. I'm mixing some good body work, but it was always her foot placement. She was right. She didn't fight necessarily inside. She fought in range. It was pretty much mid range and outside shots. That she kept catching Christina. So Christina was pretty much at the end of a lot of these shots. She didn't really move nowhere. She was getting crushed. Pretty much to the body, the overhands to the head. Before eventually when the 10th round came, I think she had got hit. She took I thought it was like a two punch combination. Then she got hit to the body. And when she got hit to the body, she folded. She kind of curled up. She got hit to the head, and she curled up. And she turned her back on Gabriella. And Gabriella kept throwing punches, and they stopped the fight. Christina got upset that they stopped the fight. Girl, you getting beat up and you turned your back on the opponent. Did you not watch the first fight at Riyadh? Dude that fought Arsenal, was it the dude that fought Arsenal back? I forgot who it was. Oh no. It was the dude that fought Philippe Hergovic. The guy hit this dude like 2 times. Hergovic hit this guy like 2-3 times. And this dude literally turned his back and was like, nah, and they stopped the fight. She getting hit and she ain't defending much. You throwing punches, she's throwing punches, you're not doing nothing to turn back and try to fight. You're not showing effort like, yo, I'm trying to defend. So they stopped the fight. She got upset. Nah, that's on you. As far as the rest of the fights go, Darius Fulgham, he won by unanimous decision for the WBA Intercontinental Super Middleweight title. David Picasso won by unanimous decision against Eric Ruiz. Daniel Garcia on the prelim got a first round stoppage against Daniel Lugo. That was probably that one was good. And the opening fight, Johnny Canas versus Kamiko Hall, because I didn't expect Kamiko to go down in the first round, but he did. Canas was pretty good, man. They had Gael Cabrera versus Miguel Caballeros. Sabalos. My fault, Sabalos. That's a Caballero. Sabalos. That was okay. For a 4-rounder, that was pretty good. Gregory Morales versus Ronald Ron. But yeah. Jaime did well, man. Jaime did well. I'm proud of him. We need more guys to go out there and do crazy shit. There was an LFA event, but there's this one event, and I have to get that on OK Live. I fell asleep because they had it at 3 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and I wasn't feeling to miss church because I was out of church. Like I think it was like the last week of the week before. So so it was 10 fights on the card live in Tokyo. Um, Chantry, you got to see this post-fight press conference because Chantry was talking shit, and then Shinya Aoki was talking about one pulling this bullshit. Man, there was a lot of crazy shit going on. But the rundown from the prelims to the main card goes as follows. Actually, this is a whole main card. There's actually no prelims. It's actually a whole main card. My fault. Um, in flyweight, Gustavo Ballart defeated Hiroba Minoa via split decision. Really good fight. As I mentioned, a lot of big shots coming from Ballart could punch, man. Big punches, but a lot of good wrestling, a lot of good scrambles. Ballart took advantage of the good wrestling, man. Um, Cuba Olympian. So shit is real. Shit is real. And that was pretty dope. Bokang Masuyan versus Kato Yamakita. Bokang won by unanimous decision. Opakic, but for Azipor, um, yeah, right. Opakic beat Araj Azipor. As I kind of mentioned, the aggression from uh, Opacic. He fought a lot more aggressive than Azipor. Landed on Azipor pretty good. Azipor has good movement. He had the good movement. He had some good combinations, but the power difference was crazy. Azipor was trying to put the technique on it. And Opacic was like, nope, we're not doing that. So it ended up being a lot of really good kickboxing, somewhat technical, but the power difference was out there. And Opacic got that one by unanimous decision. My dude Yuya Wakamatsu beat Danny Kingad. That was a 135-pound fight. Actually, that's supposed to be a 135-pound fight. Yuya won. Good job on his part there. Ayaka Miura beat Itsuki Harada. I still don't know how this girl gets away with this head and arm throwing scarf holds, but she does. Got that unanimous decision there. One of my favorite dudes submitted one of my favorite dudes, man. Gary Tonin with the first round rear naked choke submission win over former 2 division champion Martin Gwynn. Martin is going through a rough patch, man. God dang, he's going through a rough patch. Martin can't really do nothing much on the feet, and Gary's able to get what he needs to get and manage the control. You got problems. I think Gwen is possibly on his last final legs, man. I don't even like saying that, but this is a dude who had to take down defense, super alert, and it's the same thing nowadays. He's going out there, he's fighting, you be super alert, but you're trying to wing big punches. You're still trying to be that puncher. You got to put more technique to things, man. He didn't get to do that, and Gary was super prepared. Slip, takedown, control, submission. Can't ask for better. All in one round. Murat Gregorian won this kickboxing bout against Insan Pinon. The knee in the hook, man. Nasty combination. Tore his stuff up. Was what it was, man. That was I think it was the featherweight bout. Yeah. And Nikki Holskin. Nikki Holskin slept my dude, man. That wasn't even fair, man. You know he wasn't gonna do nothing much, man. Nikki Holskin. Go watch that. Just go watch that. Nikki Holskin. Yoshihiro Akiyama from the one fight on Saturday. They were fighting. Holskin. Akiyama throws. Holskin says, cool, brother. Counter right. My dude Akiyama went to Sleepsville, man. God dang, that should have not happened. And neither this fight. Shinya Aoki fought John Lineker because this dude here, Sage Northcutt, was supposed to fight, but his corner weren't able to travel to Japan. And they asked him if he wanted a different corner. He said no, he wants his cornerman or he's not fighting. So he didn't fight. And John Lineker, who was in the crowd from the beginning of the show, they pulled him out at the beginning. They pulled him out and asked him, yo, can you fight? And he said, yeah, sure. Ran to the back, changed it to gear, and took the fight. Shinya Aoki flipped his shit because he said he don't know how the hell you just gonna throw somebody in like this and not have the fight. You know what I mean? A fight. You being mad disrespectful to the Japanese crowd. What the fuck is wrong with you? Chantry City on Tong. But it was a little bit more aggressive than that. But they muted a lot of it. Kid Rotolo retained against Tommy Langaker. Jiu-jitsu grappling, folks. Cade was super aggressive once again. Tommy was trying to be more technique. A lot more threats in the submissions from this dude. Cade is a beast. I mentioned you. Ty, calm, cool. Cade, savage. And Superlek beat Takeru. 5-round fight. Takeru did his best Uriah Faber impersonation and allowed Superlek to kick this man's leg into raw meat. 4 rounds, and his leg looked like it was possessed and mutated. And then the 5th round came, and Takeru went off, but a little too late, man. Too little, too late. Superlek retains. Hopefully, they get a fight back. We'll see what one does. Because one is a weird place. So yeah. Let's get into it. So we got some stuff to watch on Saturday. Friday, I don't know how that's gonna look, but 2 big things to watch. If you're gonna watch what is it? What's on TV? Regular TV. I think there's an All-Star game going on. At the All-Star football game, I think. I think the Grammys are on, right? One of those two. All-Star game. I don't care about no All-Star game. All-Star games are jokes. This football season's been a joke. But football season's been a joke. Basketball is getting out of hand, though. It's not a joke, but basketball is getting out of hand because all these games, these 60, 70 plus point games and shit, they're wilding. Luka Doncic scored 73 points and the rest of his team barely made double digits. I don't even understand that. That makes no sense. But that happened. Same thing with Joel Embiid. Carl Anthony Towns. I mean, what are we doing here? Madness. But yeah. 2 things you gotta watch on Two things. There's one thing I'll throw your way, and then two things you gotta try to watch. Friday on the Zone at 8 o'clock. They got the MVP 5. Sylvie versus Falcao. That's most valuable prospects on the most valuable promotions on the Jake Paul. This will be live in Florida, but for you it'll be on the Zone. Come check this out. It's headlined by a boxing bout between Ashton Salvi versus Estevan Falcao. Salvi is 10-0. Falcao is 13-2. We also got Marcela Cornejo, who's 17-6. But she's up in age. Versus Candy Wyatt, who's 11-5. It's actually, yeah. I think both of these girls had lost the last time they were out. Candy was the chick that fought. Yep. She fought Natasha Jonas. And it's crazy because Candy Wyatt's fought some beast. She fought Christina Leonardo. Yeah. Leonardo that fought who was it? She fought Baumgartner, if I remember. Let me make sure. Let me make sure before I'm talking bullshit. Yeah. She's the one, yeah, she fought Baumgartner. She also fought Katie Taylor. Yeah. Christina Leonardo. There you go, Leonardo. Yeah, she fought Christina Leonardo in her career. She fought Callie Reese, Alma Barra, Jessica McCaskill, and then you fight Natasha Jonas. What the fuck is going on? Yo, that's a crazy list. But she's fighting this girl, Marcela Cornejo. And I watched Cornejo fight. As I mentioned, Cornejo is like, she's up there. So 17-6. Yeah, she fought Shields, but she fought Clarissa Shields a while back. Got beat up by Clarissa Shields. But yeah, she's another one. See, she fought Erin Toughhill. And if you guys don't know, Erin Toughhill's fought in boxing and mixed martial arts. She's actually one of the trailblazers, one of the originals for this shit, because she fought since like 99. Erin Toughhill. Trailblazer for the women's MMA, man. And I swear to God, some of these ladies really aren't talked enough about in women's mixed martial arts. Because, we gloss over it. Because we look like, Ronda Rousey was out here. And Gina Carano, Chris Cyborg and shit. We don't, motherfuckers don't throw the, Amanda Nunes, all that. But motherfuckers don't throw the Megumi Fujiis and the Rosie Sextons and the Roxanne Modafferi's out there enough. But yeah. She fought Erin Toughhill. That's crazy. But she fought Cruz Dezern, Franchon Cruz Dezern twice. As I mentioned, she fought Erin Toughhill. She got a win on Toughhill. And she fought Clarissa Shields. Okay, she fought Cynthia Lozano. She beat Lozano on the Vale Ortiz card. Okay. We also got, that's going to be women's 147. Women's welterweight. Shit. We got Orestes Velasquez, who's 8-0 out of Cuba for the WBA International Super Lightweight title against Julian Smith, who's 17-2. Tony Aguilar, who's 11-0, fights Corey Marksman, who's 8-0. Jasmine Artiga, yeah, who's 11-0, fights Nancy Franco, who's 18-2. Oh, they got the Journey woman fight. They gotta make Artiga look good. And Artiga looks good according to this profile picture. Alright, she look alright. But the other picture they show, she look good. She look pretty. You know, I guess outside the boxing. Let me blow this up. Yeah, they do her justice. Yeah. Yeah, she is. LeBron, who's 19-5-1. We find Giovanni Gutierrez from Argentina. Yeah. 11-6-1. Daniel Pero, who's 5-0 versus Joe Jones. Faces Joe Jones. Joe Jones, who's 14-9-0. George Carlos fighting who's 5-0, fights Quintarius Chapel, who's 3-0 at junior welterweight, super lightweight, and Alexander Gueche, who's 3-0, fights Osmar Rodriguez. They find that for 115. That's that 115 right there. That's that flyweight. They find out that flyweight. Alright. So they find that super flyweight. Yeah. Pardon me. But yeah. So go try to catch that on Friday on the Zone. But Saturday on the Zone at 2:00. Oh shit. That means oh no, I won't be able to catch that. God damn it. Conor Benn, man. Conor Benn comes back from this long-awaited, somewhat suspension. You know, when he popped when he was supposed to fight. Somewhat. He's coming. He's out here. You gotta put himself and fight somehow, some way. You know. He did fight. He fought last year, right? After the Eubank situation, yeah, he did. You know, he fought Eubank. He fought this dude, then they gave him a suspension somewhat, you know. He popped. He didn't pop. Yeah, he got the brief suspension. Conor Benn did. 22-0, Conor Benn comes back for this welterweight bout against Peter Dobson. He popped. You know, he was going to go fight this dude at 160. He's a welterweight. He was going to fight this dude at 160, 168. Put on all that weight, crazy ass muscle. Then, you know, nobody expected. He acted like nobody was going to expect that some crazy shit was going to happen when the fight happened. And then the fight happened. And now he's fucking like, oh, I'm confused. But yeah. He's fighting Peter Dobson, who's 16-0. Pistol Pete, 33 years old, man. Fighting out of the Bronx. Let's go. Only problem is he's 16-0. And you look at the actual boxing fights, he's done okay. But being on some show, he got beat by decision 7 fucking times. For like the whole other half of 2023, this man was losing bouts by decisions. 5 unanimous decisions, 2 split decisions. And they have this guy fighting Conor Benn. Oh, how I hate Eddie Hearn, man. What the fuck? Whatever. Jokes. This is jokes. Khalil Cole, who's 7-0, fights Gerardo Osuna at cruiserweight, 14-0. Johnny Fisher, big Johnny Fisher, go. That's why I recommend you watch this shit, regardless of the stupid Conor Benn shit. Johnny Fisher, I love Johnny Fisher. He's fighting Dmitry Bezus, who's 10-1-0 out of Ukraine. Fisher's a tough son of a bitch out of England, man. Go catch that guy. That guy knows how to finish fights, man. I like him. He goes in there, he does business. Austin Williams was 15-0, fights Armel Mbuma, who's 10-0 out of Germany. He represents Germany, but probably born. He's born in the motherland. But it's the 160 pounds, a middleweight bout. That'll be 10 3-minute rounds. The Cole Osuna fight is 8 3-minute rounds. George Littard, 5-0, fights Andrew Buchanan in a 6 3-minute round, 3-minute round bout at middleweight. And Jimmy Sains, who's going to be making his pro debut, I guess. And we find Ahmed Sweetie, who's 4-2. Let me make sure I get that country flag right. Egypt. There you go. Egypt at middleweight. So check that out. Check that out for big Johnny Fisher. We got a couple other good fights. Conor Benn. Fucking Conor Benn, man. I tell you, this fucking guy. And UFC Fight Night. Yes, sir. Got an ESPN Plus subscription? Catch this, man. Saturday at 4 o'clock Eastern or the prelims, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. This starts the prelims. The main card starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, which means that Ozuna, that Conor Benn card that I said starts at 2 p.m. Eastern, that'll be 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you're watching that on the West, on the Zone. But yeah, this card live at the Apex. People tied to the Apex. We got a good card on the Apex. Let's go. Good fight night card though. We don't get a lot of fight night cards. Get the good turnouts, even though regardless of what happens, the action ends up being all right, pretty good, This card is shaped like a damn high quality fight night / almost pay-per-view quality. Yeah, I can say that. Pay-per-view, damn near pay-per-view quality fights. I said damn near. Okay, damn near. Calm down. Calm down. Sorry, I'm rubbing my eye. Yeah. Some really fucking good fights on this card. That's for Fedora. Oh, shoot. So let's get into it, man. We're going to be live. We live, Apex. Well, I didn't even want to talk about football, so don't get me talking about football on here. Fucking frustrated over the whole football games. Ravens. I'm not going to get into it. I'll leave it alone. I don't. Talk to me about football on the stream on Saturday. Beast, Mr. B on OK Live. Yep. Picture of Lorisenko. You already know the deal. But yeah. We got this card. This card goes as follows. Headlined by Roman Dolidze. Man, Roman Dolidze, the number 8 middleweight versus the number 11 middleweight, Nasruddin Imavov. Imavov, man, representing, was it X Factory? The gym where Cyril Gahn trains at. Formerly Francis Ngannou trained at. Manon Fiorot trains. There's quite a number of folks who've trained in the X Factory. Is it the X Factory or the MMA Factory? One or two. Look at the MMA Factory. I keep saying X Factory. Huh. But yeah. The co-main event is a scrap between Renato Moicano, number 13 in the lightweight division, versus number 15 in the division, Drew Dober. We have Randy Brown versus Muslim Salikov. Viviane Araujo versus Natalia Silva. Number 7 is Viviane. Number 9 is Natalia Silva. This could be a fight of the old versus the new guard, man. Viviane's been around for a minute. It's funny because Viviane came in here in her first 3 fights, fought at 3 different weight classes. Homegirl fought as a bantamweight in her debut, fought as a strawweight in her second fight, and then became a flyweight in her third. Crazy, crazy shit, yo. People don't even remember that. She knocked out Toledo Bernardo as a bantamweight. Yo, that shit is nuts. With Natalia Silva, man, kickboxing dynamo. And she cute. Damn, she cute. Alisab Kraziv. Yeah, Aliaskab Kraziv. There you go. Versus Mahmoud Muradov at middleweight, which is going to be, when I get into it. And Gilbert Urbina versus Charles Radke. Now, that said, let's go from the early prelims up. Now, as I mentioned, 13 fights on this card. I love when they put more fights on the card because that means that if one does fall out, we'll be okay. But if we get 13 on the card, that's a whole lot of real good fights. You get, out of 13, you'll probably get 8, 9 really good fights. And probably 2 snoozers. You probably be like, God damn, I wish. But at least you know if the snoozers happen, they'll be earlier on the card, not on the main card. And so it happens like that. It happens more often than not, though. Oh shit. We lost the Crosby fight? Oh, I just seen that now. See what I mean? Oh no, he's good here. Okay. Crosby was out. They put Pete Rodriguez in. Okay. William Gomez. Gomez is not on the card. Oh, that would have been That would have been cool. Melsick back. Desarian was supposed to fight William Gomez on this card, but Gomez withdrew. That sucks. That would have been a scrap. Super fight right there, man. Because Gomez he's French. He could kickbox, but that guy could wrestle, man. And Melsick's takedown defense has improved a lot. But let's get into it. We got Jamal Pogues versus Thomas Peterson at heavyweight. Thomas Peterson is 8-1. Jamal Pogues is 10-4. The train. Thomas Peterson, 28 years old, 6'1", 74-inch reach, representing Spartan MMA. He's undefeated. Well, no, he's not undefeated. He's been stopped once by strikes, but he has 8 wins. Actually, all his wins are by finish. They say 8-1. What the fuck? Yeah, 8-1. Yeah, how the fuck you have an 8-1 record? But then, yeah, this is weird how they did this shit. Okay. It says 8 wins by finishes, 1 win by submission, but 1 loss by thing. So it's supposed to be 9-1. Who the fuck is doing the counting here? but he was undefeated as an amateur, and he came in during the last year. I remember this. He fought Chandler Cole. Yeah, this shit had us upset. Well, it had me upset because Cole came in and Cole should have been able to handle this dude. And because of the size of this guy pretty much ransacked Chandler's pockets, man. My dude Chandler Cole. I love Chandler, but Chandler's undersized for a heavyweight, man. He's short. He has the build, he has the weight, but he's real short, man. Um, and what happened? Chandler came out. Chandler went to wrestle. Chandler threw some good strikes, but as once they grappled, it became a problem. Chandler was having to fight the weight off of himself instead of establishing any type of wrestling for himself. And what happened is that eventually he got pooped. He got tired. The weight was on him. He got taken down, which sucked. Then he put the weight on Chandler. That sucked. And then eventually he got the key lock on Chandler, which totally sucked, man. But other than that, yo, this dude Peterson was pretty good, man. He beat Cole to get the contract. He beat this dude Richard Foster, got him done, and Corey Monenberg. His only loss comes from Waldo Cortez Acosta, surprisingly. He beat up Vernon Lewis. For those of you who watched LFA back in like 2019, 2018, 2019, I'll say from I think like 2018, 2017 to like 2021, 2022, you know Vernon Lewis. Vernon Lewis is like the big, slimmer version of Derek Lewis. They're not related. But Vernon had an afro, and he was a funny motherfucker, though. But yeah, awesome dude. Awesome dude to watch fight, though. But yeah, this dude got beat by Waldo Cortez Acosta back in 2022. But he managed to do pretty well for himself. I tell you, he's a big body. He wrestles pretty well. He throws pretty decent strikes. He knows to fish for stuff to get a finish. Can't really say nothing bad, really. Jamal Pogues, the dude who was supposed to fight at light heavyweight, but it didn't work for him. So now he's just he's an oversized light heavyweight. He's fighting as a heavyweight, but he's supposed to be a light heavyweight. But Jamal Pogues, man, who's 10-4, represents Syndicate MMA, 28 years old. 5 wins by finish, 4 by KO/TKO, 1 by submission. He has 5 decision wins. 1 loss by KO/TKO, 2 losses by submission, and 1 by decision. Yeah. He came in on the Contender Series. He was on the Contender Series in 2019. And he won. But it wasn't a really good looking win. So he fought on LFA. He fought on LFA. Had 1 loss, 1 win. Then came back as a heavyweight. Won that joint by decision. He didn't look good, but it was good enough because they needed heavyweights. He took the fight on short notice, bulked the hell up, and came in and won his contract. Then fought Josh Parisian in a fight that didn't look good, but he did well enough to win. And then he fought Mick Parkin during the summer of last year. I remember that. That's when Parkin pretty much just wrestled. Didn't really have to do much. Oh, what's up, JJ? I'm chilling. I'm good, man. How you doing? And then, yeah, pretty much Parkin just had to wrestle him a little bit, strike a little bit. Wasn't much of a fight. But, yeah. It was weird. It was a weird fight. But Pogues doesn't really offer much either. He throws his couple punches here and there. He's big. But he just looks. I didn't quite get to, and I have to stream it. I have to find a place to watch it. So before I stream it, so I'm gonna be able to get it on tomorrow. I'll be able to get it on here tomorrow. So hopefully. I know one site could get it on, so I'm gonna do that. But instead of watching like the whole card, I'll probably just stream like the important fights. Yeah, I'll do that. Just stream the important fights on there, which is pretty much yeah. I think that's what I'll do. I'll do that. But I'll do that. I'll get that on tomorrow because I was supposed to get it on for yesterday, and I didn't. I wasn't able to. I just like I was looking, but I couldn't find it. I was like, God dang! But I did see the interview. I was mentioning it, the Shinya Aoki interview, the post fight. Shinya Aoki is pissed off, man. That dude is pissed off with Chantry. Oh shoot. But yeah, man. So that's gonna be the first fight of the card here. Peterson versus Pogues. I'm doing this the my podcasting here. But yeah, Pogues, not a lot of power. He throws punches, he throws his kicks. He looks funny as hell as a heavyweight though. Um I'll probably pick Peterson on this one. I'm undecided. Next fight is at lightweight. Landon Quinones versus Markel Medeiros. My fault. Yeah, Markel Medeiros, who's 8-1, 27 years old, 5'10", representing Texas, out of Factory X Muay Thai. So Mark Montoya is up in this B. 6 wins by KO, 2 wins by decision. He's never been finished. His only loss is by decision. He came to us from the Contender Series. He fought Isakov. Yeah. Isakov? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we did watch this. Okay. Oh no, I didn't stream this, but I did watch this in the hospital. Yes, I did watch this. Yeah. Okay, yeah. This motherfucker blasted dude with a knee. Yeah, this was nasty. Okay, is this guy? Medeiros is bad. It's a bad dude. Yep. He was fighting on Fury, and then he showed up on the was it FAC? And he was back on Fury because he showed up on the looking for a fight. But they didn't sign him there, so they took him. Who wins? Rolly or Cruz? I don't know. I'll probably take. I'll probably take Cruz, but probably Rolly will probably win it. Probably. Um. Rolly should probably win. I think if Rolly gonna lose, he'll lose to somebody. Um. Either the old man or they'll leave that for Garcia. We'll see though. We'll see. But Medeiros, crazy striker. But Landon Quinones. Landon was on the not the contender series, the what you call it? Landon 5-2. Yeah, he was on the Ultimate Fighter. There you go. He was representing Team McGregor. 28-5-9. He got 6 wins by finish, 1 by decision. Lost only 2 losses are by decision. He hasn't been finished either. And Landon is I kept saying this because people were fucking frustrating me. They were like, "Oh, these guys are scrubs. They, you know what I mean? They're scrubs. They shouldn't even be on the show." And it's like, bro, if you give these motherfuckers time, the effort, they will show up. Everybody who's had an opportunity to show back up from that show to fight has fucking shown up. And the winners, yo, we just seen this dude, Brad Katona, come back to the show. And Brad Katona got smoked on the feet, man. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And he's been to UFC 2 times now. What? So don't tell me this crap. Landon Quinones fought with a dude who was a former top 15 who's on the outside looking in the name of Nasrat Haqparast. You know how hard it is to beat Nasrat Haqparast? Landon Quinones fought toe-to-toe with this man. He took the fight on short notice and fought toe-to-toe with this dude. On a full camp, a dude who's on the outside looking in. What? Anybody a chance. Just give them the time to train. They're going to come up and show you how good they are. And this dude has. Landon looked good. Even in a loss, he looked fantastic against Haqparast. Nasrat was tagging the legs. He tagged the legs right back. Nasrat struck, he struck, and he was counter-striking against Haqparast. Boy, what? What? But yo, he fought this dude. He fought in grappling. He fought Jason Knight on the Ultimate Fighter. That's when he lost. Other than that, he was finishing cats. The only loss he had before coming on tough was surprisingly against Muhammad Naimov. And you know, Naimov is in the UFC right now. So that tells you something. Naimov recently beat who was it? Nathaniel Wood, was it? No, Malarkey. Yeah, he beat both of them. He knocked out Malarkey. He beat Nathaniel Wood. Psh, come on, man. You can't ask for crazier shit than that. So, you know, he's not fighting no scrubs. Landon can fight. Landon can move. His boxing solid. His awareness is solid. He just got caught on a bad time against a very, very, very experienced guy in Jason Knight. But this fight, this doesn't go to decision. I see this fight going high heat, crazy moments. I think Landon could pull out a possible win here, man. But he has to be very careful because Madero's fights were all 8 points. That's the punches, kicks, his knees, and his elbows. So you got to be very, very careful with the guy who fights with 8 points over the typical 4 or 6. I think Landon could get it done, man. The next fight here is a flyweight fight, women's flyweight fight between Julia Storyalenko, who's 11-7-1, against Luana Carolina, who's 9-4. Now, y'all folks know Luana Carolina. She's the girl who's big for a flyweight, but not necessarily that big to be bantamweight. But yeah, from Brazil, currently 30 years old. Damn, shorty's 5'6", 69-inch reach. 3 wins by finish, 6 by decision. 2 wins by KO/TKO, 1 loss by KO/TKO. Submission, 1 submission win, and her 1 lone submission loss was against Ariane Lipski. That one time that Lipski put in that knee bar. God damn, that knee bar was bad. and the 6 decision wins to 2 decision losses. She beat Ivana Petrovic her last time out. She lost to Joanne Wood by split decision. And Molly McCann, she got stopped with that spinning elbow. That was when Molly McCann was hitting the spinning back elbow on everybody. Then she thought she could probably do that shit against Aaron Blanchfield, and Aaron said, "Nah, that's not happening today." But yeah, she's picked up some good wins on in the UFC. She beat Godinez that one time. Pauliana Botello, she had that split decision win. I think Pauliana missed weight. The knee bar. She beat Priscilla Cachoeira. And then she got her contract. So because she's a Contender Series fighter, she hasn't been let go yet. They got hopes. They got hopes. You see what happened with Myra Bueno Silva. They had Myra there. Myra was a bantamweight. No, yeah, Myra was bantamweight. They had to go to flyweight. She went to bantamweight. And they gave her a title shot. Shit. So, but Luana Carolina, she got long range. She has an okay jab, but sometimes she misses like her fight cues, like what she was supposed to be doing. She fights good in the clinch. She's aggressive in the clinch. I'll say that. She throws her knees and she throws the good elbows and forearms, whatnot. She does look for a trip takedown at times, but because she's so tall for the division, she's easy to get to be taken down. She's going up against a judo practitioner who got some good submission skills in Julia Storyalenko. Now, we know Storyalenko, she a while back on the scales trying to weigh in. The weight cut brutalized her. She also gave, I think she handed Jessica Rose Clark her walking papers pretty much too. The other armbar lady, there you go. 30 years old, 5'7" with the 69-inch reach, representing Lithuania. No wins by strikes. She got 1 decision win and 10 wins by submission. She strikes 3 times. She's been submitted 1 time and 2 losses by decision. Currently, her record is kind of messy, but that was because she was fighting. She fought the elite at bantamweight, and then she said, "Nah." She fought some of the elite at bantamweight, and then she said, "Nah, I can't do this. We're gonna try." When she came to the UFC, she lost to Yana Kunitskaya, Yana Santos. Julia Villa choked her on the 3rd round, and then Alexis Davis gave her a beating. But then she beat Jessica Rose Clark. She got that submission win I was talking about. Then Chelsea Chandler came in, and Chelsea Chandler beat her up because she was a big body. So then Julia said, "Nah, I'm going to cut down the flyweight." And then she beat Molly McCann. Good submission skills. Just small for a bantamweight. She could do good bantamweight fighting outside the UFC, but not in the UFC. But at one point she was pretty good for a flyweight. I mean, not for a flyweight, for a bantamweight. But the skill gap's crazy. Eventually, so because she got wins against Well, no, she don't. She got wins against fighters like Marcia Allen when she was on Tough. Who else? And Lisa Verzosa. I don't know where is Lisa at. But then again, what am I talking about? Lisa could fight, but I don't think she would have got eaten alive in the UFC. But yeah, this fight should be good. It'll be a matter if Julia could get the takedown on Luana. I think she could catch Luana in a submission. Luana is there to be caught. Them arms are there to be caught, and she got long arms. So I think an arm or a leg could be caught. But is Luana gonna give her the opportunity to be taken down? I don't know. Um, Luana gotta keep this girl at bay. Keeping her getting close might not be it. I think this could be a fight for Julia Storyalenko here, man. I'll probably take Julia by random sub. I'll do that. Next fight here, featherweight. We got Blake Builder, Jong Yong Lee. Lee out of Korea, 10-1. The Korean Tiger, man. 28 years old. This guy only got one loss by decision. This guy was on the road to UFC. And if you ever got the chance to watch the road to UFC, whoo! He was on road fighting championships to begin with. Then he got on the road to UFC when they picked him up for it back in 2022. This dude was just smoking cats. Outside the UFC, smoking cats. In the UFC, smoking cats. You're talking about 7 wins by finish, 4 by KO, TKO, 3 by submission, 3 wins by decision. He hasn't lost a fight since 2017. And that fight was against 2017, yeah. It was against a dude by the name of Si Young Kim, where he lost by unanimous decision. And then he knocked out Si Young Kim in the first round in 2018. Boy, talk about, serious business. The boy's fast, and he's dangerous, man. But you're going up against Blake Builder. Blake Builder, he got his contract here, man, to the UFC. What was it? I want to say it was last year. Yeah, last year. Not last year, year before, was it? Yeah. Yep. 2022, yeah. He beat this dude named Alex Morgan. Then he beat Shane Young. He handedly beat Shane Young. Then he lost to Kyle Nelson. And that fight, he pretty much got worked because that's what Blake Builder does. Blake Builder punches you. He punches and bunches. He throws pretty good shots, not no crazy power shots, but he throws good shots. And the way to beat Blake Builder, you gotta outwork him. And he got outworked. He's a tough guy. He fights that grinding style, where it's pretty much short shots, get inside, wrestle you, pummel you inside the wrestling, work my way to submission if I can get it. Call it a day. 1 win by KO, TKO, 4 by submission, 3 by decision. So that's his way to winning. And he does it very well. He can take a shot. That guy got a chin on him, bro. He got a chin. But boy, against a dude like Lee, I don't know. But I'm going to put a question mark on that one on who I'm going to pick. Because Blake, I could picture Blake. Blake goes out there. Blake puts the grind style on him early. And then he tries to break him. I can see Lee going in there, getting the feelers out there, and striking fast. Blowing them out the water. And then that's it. So I'm going to put a question mark on that one. Next one, we got Pete Rodriguez versus Themba Gorimbo. Pete Rodriguez is 5-1. Pete Rodriguez is a 170 guy. But he's 27 years old, 5'9", 73-inch reach, representing the MMA lab. You know those guys, Benson Henderson, Sugar Sean O'Malley, what's this dude's name? My one of my favorite middleweights, Jared Cannonier, You know, I think Nick Story used to be in this joint. Alex Caceres, I know, was in here. Brian Barberina. Yeah, man. Mario Batista, who just picked up a big win a while ago. Yeah, that gym. But he doesn't really wrestle. P. Rodriguez is a boxer at heart. He throws hands. He got 5 wins, all of them by finish, all of them KO or TKO. He's been stopped by strikes once, and that was against Jack Della Maddalena. Other than that, he's been knocking out every fucking body, pretty much. Yeah, he don't really believe in submissions, even in his amateurs. He's been submitted as an amateur, but he's just going out there throwing hands. He's a little stocky guy. His build is stocky, but he goes out there and he just believes in his hands. But he's fighting Themba Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo's 11-4. They call him the answer. This is the dude that came in. He beat this guy AJ Fletcher, and then The Rock gave him the shoes and gave him money and a means to go fight in the gym. So now he's fighting for MMA Masters. Yeah. 33 years old, 6'1", 77-inch reach. Represents Zimbabwe. Yeah, 1 win by KO TKO, 6 by submission, 4 by decision. He's been stopped by strikes once, 2 losses by submission, 1 by decision. And yeah, man. Yeah. He fought Takashi Saito's last fight out, won. Unanimous decision. Lost to AJ Fletcher, as I mentioned, which was very weird, man. That was a weird fight. Julio Rodriguez. He fought Henderson Fahea at UAE. Yeah, man. He's a long rangey guy. His striking, he don't necessarily have a lot of power. Although he could throw a mean head kick, he doesn't have necessarily a lot of power. But his submission skills, because he's long and leggy, nightmarish. Nightmarish. He actually had Fletcher in problems because of his legs, his rangy self, man. But when he puts all that grappling together, shit. And I think that's what they're looking for. If Pete Rodriguez can't get the KO early and he gets taken down, he's fucked. Pete gotta eject Osido. He gotta eject Osido because if not, he's gonna get submitted. P5'9", man. He ain't gonna be able to take Themba Gorimbo. When Themba cuts the way he gonna hydrate, man, forget it. Forget it. P gotta avoid takedowns, keep this a standing, striking affair. For Themba Gorimbo, mix up the strikes a little bit, force Pete to get to you, lock up, takedown. That's it. Who do I take? Do I take Pete or do I take Gorimbo? I think Pete should be able to get this. But then again, Pete's last fight, Pete fought Mike Jackson. Pete hasn't fought since 2010. Yeah, since 2022. He was out all of last year. And he fought Mike Jackson, the dude that fought CM Punk that one time. Nah, I don't have faith in it. I don't have faith in it yet. Oh, shit. Oh, God. But because he's short, Gorimbo's chin is going to be there all day. Oh, God. I'll think about it. Charles Johnson, Energy versus Azat Maxim is the number 6 fight on the prelim, on the card. Charles Johnson, 13-6. He's coming from he was in the regionals, Energy. He got picked up by Tiger Muay Thai is his gym. 33 years old, 5'9", 70-inch reach. representing that St. Louis, Missouri. George Hickman, as I mentioned, Murcielago MMA, St. Charles Jiu-Jitsu, Tiger Muay Thai. He's never been finished. All his losses are by decision. He has 9 wins by finish. He has 5 wins by strikes, 4 wins by submission, 4 wins by decision. Currently on a 3-fight losing streak, though. So this is the story of energy in the UFC so far. So far, he's 2-4. He lost his debut against Muhammad Mokaev. Unanimous decision. He beat Zhalgas Zhumagulov by split decision. Some people find that wasn't a fair decision. They feel that Zhalgas got robbed. I kind of feel that way, but that's just me. Jimmy Flick, he beat Jimmy Flick, ground and pound. But then Ode Osborne, he lost to by split decision. Cody Durden and Rafael Estevam, he got grappled up and lost those by decision. All his losses, decisions in the UFC. That's his story. He got an opportunity to be on here. He got good Muay Thai skills. It looks like he's still trying to work his takedown defense. He's still trying to work on takedown defense. He can fight, but sometimes his fight IQ goes through the window too. I don't understand that. He's fighting the Kazakhstani Azat Maxim, who's 17-0. Now, Maxim had his debut against Tyson last year, during the summer. He won by split decision. And I picked him to win, but I don't think he won the fight. I really don't think he won the fight. I think he barely got by, and they gave it to him because it was a debut. I really swear to God that Tyson won that fight. Tyson did a lot better than what they say. And they gave it to Maxim. That shit was crazy. That was crazy. But the kid's good. 6 wins by submission, 5 wins by strikes, 5 wins by decision. I mentioned he's undefeated. 28 years old, 5'7", 70-inch reach. He does pretty good. He's a strong wrestler. He's pretty strong. But he didn't get a lot of wrestling on our boy Nam. No, Nam managed to actually outstrike Maxim. But they gave it to Maxim. Now, I would give this fight here to Charles Johnson, except there's one problem. Charles Johnson, for some odd reason beyond me, cannot defend a takedown. Against a strong wrestler, he cannot defend a takedown. For the life of me, I don't understand it. I don't get it. When Ode Osborne, a dude who doesn't even wrestle really, could take you down, you have problems. Who doesn't normally wrestle, whose wrestling takedowns look ugly as hell, if he could take you down, you have problems. And Maxim wrestling is pretty damn solid. It's pretty solid. Solid enough to stop Johnson. Johnson's gonna have to really rely on takedown defense if it's built up strong enough, good movement, and to use his kickboxing. He's gonna have to kickboxing and counter strike against a guy like Maxim, because Maxim's gonna look to strike and take down. Strike, use takedowns. There's a cheat sheet for Charles Johnson out here already. And Charles is going to have to use it. I'm going to take Maxim on that one. Molly McCann versus Diana Belbija rounds out the prelim portion of this card. Molly McCann, 13-6. And I think her second fight here at flyweight, Meatball Molly McCann, yep. 33, 5'4", 62-inch reach, representing England. Yeah. 6 wins by KO TKO, 7 wins by decision. She has no submission wins, but 3 losses by submission, 3 losses by decision. And as I mentioned, Erin Blanchfield and Julia Storyalenko, her last 2 losses. She was on that crazy streak. But yeah, man. She fought some good folks. It's crazy. Early in her career, she fought Vanessa Mello. If y'all remember, Mello was that chick that came to the UFC from Brazil. She was short. She was short, but all her weight was from the waist down. I gotta say it like that. All her weight was from the waist down. Bless her heart, though. She tried to scrap. Her scrapping wasn't all that good, but she pretty, and she got a whole lot of weight from the waist down, man. God dang, I don't know where she carried those legs and that kick from, man. Godly. But yeah, man. Molly McCann, what can I say? Her boxing get better. She trains with Katie Taylor. She trains and she's best friends with Katie Taylor. So her boxing is always working. She trains her jiu-jitsu. She's not really, well, she's strong in her boxing, her stand-up. Her takedown defense and stuff like that, not so strong. But she shows a lot of heart, though. Now she finds Diana Belbija, who's 15-8. Born in Romania, but represents Canada. 27 years old, 5'7", 68-inch reach. This girl's record is crazy, though. 10 wins by stoppage. 6 by strikes, 4 by submission, 5 decision wins. But she got 4 losses by submission and 4 losses by decision. She's never been stopped due to strikes. And she's 2-2 on her last 4. She lost to Karolina Kovacevic, beat Maria Oliveira, lost to Gloria DePaula before that, but beat Hannah Goldie before that. I tell you, weird. And it's crazy because she lost to Molly McCann years ago. She lost to Molly McCann as a flyweight. Now she's fighting Molly McCann here as a strawweight. Diana could strike, but Diana gets a little too aggressive. Diana could grapple pretty well. I give you credit to that. And she's willing to strike. She's willing to go out there. She got a chin. The girl got a chin. And that's a rarity for the female fighter. But she got a chin on her, man. This should be a really good scrap. I don't know how Molly's going to look like on the scale. I think this time around, I think Diana will probably get the better of her. Diana needs wins. I see, Molly's going to give her a rough showing, man, in the first couple minutes of this fight. And depending on how the energy goes, she may turn up into the third, but Diana got to stay measured and put that output. Make sure she lands her strikes on McCann. I see she could get a win here, though. So I'm going to take Diana on this one. Leads us to our main card, Gilbert Bina, Charles Radke. Radke got himself in trouble the last time we seen him. He talked about, gay people. Then he had to apologize before he even left the arena. That was crazy. 33 years old, 5'9", 72-inch reach. He didn't make fun of gay people. He just said the F, the 6-letter F word. Is a word you call a cigarette. Yeah. So, 33 years old, 5'9", 72-inch reach. Born in Chicago, representing Wisconsin. The man got 5 wins by stoppage, 3 wins by decision. He's been stopped by strikes once, but he has 3 wins by KO, TKO, 2 submissions, 2 losses by decision, though. And he fought, was it Blood Diamond the last time out? He beat up Blood Diamond, kind of. Yeah, he embarrassed Blood Diamond. That's not even kind of. He really embarrassed Blood Diamond. I still don't understand why you got a guy in here who's not going to really strike much and always defending takedowns and Blood Diamond, Jesus. But yeah, he did good. He beat this one guy, Raheem Forrest, who's pretty good outside the UFC. Outside of any promotion, Raheem Forrest is pretty good. And he beat Jonathan Piercema by split decision. So, real good wins there. The guy strikes pretty well. He has good power in his striking, but his wrestling is A1. He's fighting Gilbert Urbina. 170. This is possibly 170 Cain Velasquez. The RGV bad boy. Gilbert had 2 other brothers that tried to fight for the UFC, which is crazy. But he's been the one to do it, to make it good so far. 27 years old, 6'3", 75-inch reach, representing Ohio, but training out of the BMF ranch, home of Donald Cerrone. Yes, sir. He got 4 wins by stoppage, 3 wins by decision. He's been stopped by submission only 1 time. He has a decision loss. The Ultimate Fighter, he lost. Then he fought Brian Battle on the fight night. He lost. But his last win, he beat Orion Cozy. I hate the Cozy brothers. They fight horrible. If they can't get you out with the strikes in the first round, they are garbage throughout the rest of the fight. Their cardio is horrendous. They're literally the definition of a one-round fighter. The utmost definition. If they can't get you out in the first round, you're beating them through the rest of the fight. Unless you have absolute no concept of grappling. No type of wrestling or anything. Yo. He went out there, beat the brakes out of Cozy, man. Jesus. Caught him to the body, finished him off. Other than that, he only lost to Sean Brady. Yeah. That's not bad. He loses to Sean Brady. Sean Brady's a top 10. I mean, a top 15. I think he's in the top 10 or number 11 or something like that. Trayshawn Gore, he's working his way in middleweight. Brian Battle, he's been looking good for himself so far. The guy Caressel, he's putting his hands together, his combinations together. I like this fight, man. At 170, this is going to be a pretty good war here. I'll take Urbina. I'll take Urbina on here over Radke. He's putting enough time in there with Cerrone and them. I'll take him. Mahmoud Muradov versus Alishkab Kraziv. Kraziv is 14-0. He's one of the Khabib boys. He was on Eagle FC, the Black Wolf. I'm not sure if he necessarily trains with Khabib, but they share teammates, you know what I mean? When they need bodies to train, they call, Yo, we need this guy. Bring him here. Big middleweight. 33 years old, 5'9", 74-inch reach. The man got 9 wins by stoppage and 5 wins by decision. So 5 by KO, TKO, 4 by submission. And he fought Dennis Tululin in his debut. Beat Dennis Tululin within 2 rounds. He fought this dude, Henrique Shigemoto. Embarrassed Shigemoto during the 2020 season. Shigemoto was 14-5 and was supposed to be this KO dynamo of some sorts. That man barely was able to throw a proper kick. Goddamn. Kraziv is big. He's efficient. And he could put a lot together. But he's fighting Mahmoud Muradov, 28-8, who's from Uzbekistan. This is the dude managed by Floyd Mayweather, actually. Yep, he's on the money team fighter. Represent Monster Gym, 33 years old, 6'2", 75.5-inch reach. A 17 wins by knockout, a technical knockout. 3 wins by submission, 6 wins by decision. He's been knocked out once. Technically knocked out once. Submitted 4 times. Lost 3 decisions. The last time before, he beat up Brian Barberina. That was when Barberina moved up to middleweight. Other than that, he was losing to Cal Barrio. He lost to Gerald Mearshart. He beat Andrew Sanchez. He's beat the brakes off of Andrew Sanchez and Trevor Smith and Alessio Di Chirico. That was crazy. Alessio Di Chirico, that was his debut. The guy could box. Takedown defense is 50-50. Submission defense, that's kind of 50. That's kind of 40-60. 40 on that he can, and 60 on he can't. I like Muradov. Muradov's boxing is fucking fantastic. But it's all the other qualities you need to be an MMA fighter, you know. You can't fight all your fights on the feet, right? All fights start on the feet, but eventually you're going to go to the ground. And what you can't do on the ground, you know, you're going to be screwed. And that's what happened with Muradov. For Muradov here, Muradov got to defend takedowns and put strikes on him. That's what you got to do. You got to put your boxing. Muradov he's fast on his feet. If I'm looking at this fight, throw some kicks. No, don't throw kicks. Keep your kicks very limited, very low to the ground. The occasional leg kick and throw a couple punches to the body. Get your combinations out there flowing early. And keep Kraziv at bay. Use your footwork. For Kraziv, use your boxing to get inside and grapple. Come on, man. You're Russian. You're Dagestani. You know, you are the Russian. Yes. You're the Russian. So you go out there and you put the Russian sambo. You put the wrestling together. That's it pretty much. I love Mahmoud. I'm going to take Kraziv, though. I think Kraziv will go in here and put the wrestling chops on him. Then we got Natalia Silva, Viviane Araujo. This is fun, and I can explain this simple. This is very simple. Natalia Silva is about, let me check this out, about 3 years younger, I think. Oh, no, my fault. Natalia Silva is about 10 years younger than Viviane Araujo. Natalia Silva is 26. Araujo is 36. Araujo is fast, but Araujo has about 2 rounds of speed. 2 rounds of speed, a round and a half to 2 rounds of efficient power usage. That means whatever she's going to throw at you is going to have dangerous pop. When she jabs, when she works behind the jab, pop. When she puts her punches together, pop. If she throws a kick, it got pop. Even her takedowns for those round and a half, 2 rounds, impact. Everything else after the 2 rounds, just slow motion. She's just going to go through with the emotions of things. Natalia Silva, speed, constant rhythm. She throws good feints, sets up her kicks and her striking all together pretty damn well. Depending on whatever position she's at, she stays aware. She cannot get hit by Viviane Araújo a whole lot of times in this fight. Because Viviane Araújo, if she puts her boxing together, can ring your bell quite a bit. Natalia gonna have to use the kicks. Very quick kicking. Don't have Viviane grab your leg or get any type of lock to initiate a takedown because she's good with the takedown. So people kind of forget that she's really good with the wrestling. Silva's good with her jiu-jitsu. She also has really good judo throws. Really good takedowns and trips. I'm going to take Natalia Silva, though. I think Natalia's going to come in here. Natalia, I watched enough Natalia Silva to know that Natalia Silva got 3 rounds. 3 rounds of volume and 3 rounds of power to dish out. But it's going to be a very slippery slope. But I'm going to take Natalia Silva on that one. The next fight, Randy Brown, Muslim Salikov. I talked about this fight a while back. Yeah, I talked about this fight. When was this fight supposed to happen? This fight was supposed to happen on, there you go. UFC 290. Yeah, the 296 card, I talked about this fight. I talked about it, but then they scratched it off. So I'm not going to really talk about it other than, all right, if I have to. Randy Brown, Salikov, rematch. Randy Brown, kickboxing, really rangy. Muslim Salikov, Kung Fu master, man. It's the Kung Fu dude. This is our guy, man. Muslim Salikov, Mr. King of Kung Fu himself. 19-4. He can wrestle. He has sambo, but he's a master. Yeah, I think he has a championship in master sambo. But kickboxing supreme. Randy Brown, that man can kickbox. That man gets gritty. He gets New York gritty. But I'm a rude boy there. I'm probably gonna take Randy Brown here though. Before I was gonna take Muslim, I think here now I'm gonna take Randy. I think Randy's gonna give him a little bit more of the chops. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll take Randy. If you want to see what I said about this one, I think I mentioned it on the 296 episode of the B-sides. So I'll leave it like that. This should be a fun fight. Probably fight in the night contender. Yeah, it's a fight in the night contender. So it's Silva versus Araujo. But this one might take the cake though. Fight of the night, performance of the night. Renato Moicano versus Drew Dober. Drew Dober should not be fighting, but he fights. That man has the most perfect the most perfect jawline and facial structure I've probably seen on somebody ever in my life. He's 35 years old, 5'8", 70-inch reach. 20 wins by finish. 11 by KO TKO, 9 by submission, 7 wins by decision. He's lost twice to strikes, 4 to submissions, and 6 by decision. Crazy. And it was even more crazy. I think the only 2 people to have ever knocked him out. Damn, the only one person I know who's ever knocked him out, really, when I think about it. Who's the other person? Yeah, I know Matt Favola. That's the only person I can think of. Where's this other loss by strikes come from? Brandon Gertz. Wow, I never even knew that. He fought Brandon Gertz in 2009? What the fuck? I didn't know that. Shout out to Brandon Gertz, former Bellator talent. Brandon Gertz, former Bellator talent. Now he fights on bare knuckle fighting. Crazy, right? 27-12 is Drew Dober, man. Um, yeah, he beat up Ricky Glenn. He embarrassed Ricky Glenn. God fucking damn, he smoked Ricky Glenn. But yeah, before that, he lost to Matt Favola. He got knocked out, man. Crazy. Bobby Green, he knocked out after Bobby Green damn near put his lights out. He knocks out Bobby Green. Rafael Alves, he finished. Terrence McKinney, he beat in that crazy one rounder, bro. Holy shit. Um, the dude's a kickboxer, but when he puts his hands out there, boy, whoo, it's high heat. It's high heat. That chin ain't just for looks, man. That chin is for real. But he going up against what? No way. He changed his name to Money Moicano. 17-5-1 and not the Moicano, man. Oh shoot. Still up here in this lightweight division. 34 years old, man. 5'11 with the 72-inch reach representing that ATT. Dog, 17. 17-5. The losses, 3 losses by strikes, 1 loss by submission, 1 loss by decision. But 7 wins by decision and 10 submission wins. No wins by strikes, though. He finished Brad Riddell. Brad Riddell went home after that. RDA, crazy 5-rounder to a decision. I still to this day can't believe that this man Moicano survived that 5-rounder. Came in on short notice, fought this dude, went to hell and back, still survived. Eating steak and drinking beer. He beat Hernandez, which made a big smile on my face. He won against Chase Hooper in grappling, Fury Pro. Beat Jai Herbert. That was pretty cool, too. Rafael Fiziev, damn. I picked against him, though. Damir Hodjovic, I remember that one. That was back in 2020. I watched that on my way coming home from the hospital. I remember that, actually. I forgot what the hell happened to me. But I was there. I came out. That was actually before they started closing. That was the Saturday before they had the quarantine and everything got locked down. It was that Saturday, I remember. That was when they were supposed to have. That was the last event the UFC did. The Brazil event. Headlined by Oliveira versus what's his name? Motown. Kevin Lee. There you go. Kevin Lee went for the takedown and ended up getting caught in guillotine. Fool. And yeah. I remember that. I had Hodzovic. I thought Hodzovic was gonna get it. And Demir fucked that up. But yeah, man. Moicano, tricky dude. Chin, tough. Him, tough. He don't quit on his submissions, though. His submissions come very tricky, very slick, efficient. He kind of lulls you in with the striking. His striking is pretty calm. He throws a couple good shots, good leg kicks. He throws real good leg kicks. And he would catch you with a punch. He'll probably catch you with a punch and then use that punch like a big punch or somewhere, a little short shot, initiates a grappling sequence situation. And that's how he gets you. And he puts the submissions on. Or if you throw something to overcommit, he gets you. But once he gets you, shit, you're in trouble. I like Dober, man. I'm going to take Dober. But I wouldn't be surprised if Moicano gets this one here. Then we got Delize versus Imavov. Imavov, kickboxer, mostly a wrestler. Roman Delize can grapple. His grappling is sometimes good, sometimes ugly. When he gets in a submission, it's very ugly. And I mean ugly in a good way. But when he strikes, fuck you, man. God. He's snatching your soul when he strikes, boy. If he knocks you, if he gets you rocked, he's taking your soul, man. Imavov, very technical with his striking. He does a lot of jabbing, a lot of leg kicking, a lot of clinch work stuff. He's a long guy for 185 though. That's one thing, his size. You don't quite see it till you really like he's in there with people. He's 27, 6'3", 75-inch reach. He is Russian. That's one of the things that's funny though too. He's a Russian out of MMA Factory. That's what it's called, MMA Factory. There you go. He was supposed to fight Ikram Aliskerov. Aliskerov would have snatched his soul too, but that's a whole different story. They were supposed to be on the pay-per-view. It didn't happen. That was the other fight that Aliskerov was supposed to be on, but it didn't. But other than that, he had lost to Sean Strickland. He beat Joaquin Buckley. He beat Edmund Shabazian. Poor Edmund. He beat Ian Heinisch. Poor Ian. 5 wins by strikes, 4 wins by submission, 3 wins by decision. He's been subbed once and has 3 decision losses. But he's good, though. As I mentioned, 6'3", 75-inch reach. His size, he's a big boy for the division. And when he can put clinches and gets the ability to throw these takedowns, it's pretty damn good. I like his wrestling, but his wrestling is not that strong. I don't know. I guess because of the mix of opponents. Certain opponents he could get with the takedowns. And then there's just others like where he looks like he's really like he has a wrestling deficiency where he can't get the takedown. He's just like he's trying so hard, to go push the guy against the fence. Try to clinch. Try to get a takedown, a double leg or something like that. And then he has to resort to the striking. And sometimes he looks good in the striking, other times he looks bad. But I do like his body kicks. His body kicks are pretty good. When he strikes with his hands and puts his box in a little bit, it's pretty good. He's pretty well. He's still got, I think he has some ways to go. But he's still young. He got time. Roman Delize, 12'2", 35, 6'2", 76-inch reach. Representing Georgia, the country of Georgia. But fighting out of Ukraine. 7 wins by KO, TKO, 3 wins by submission, 2 wins by decision. His only losses are by decision, and they only came in the UFC. Trevin Giles, Marvin Vettori. Other than that, this dude smoked everybody. He was a light heavyweight, moved down to middleweight. Bruh. If I remember before, I think he was a heavyweight that moved down to light heavyweight. Psh. This dude smoked everybody. This guy came into the UFC. He fought Kalish and Bragimov. Smoked him. John Allen. He fought to a split decision. Then Giles beat him. Then Staropoli. He wrestled Staropoli. That's when he started wrestling all of a sudden. And it was like, yo, what the hell? What are you wrestling people for? Then he fought Kyle Dawkins. And he beat Dawkins. He got back to finish. And he's like, I'm going to do this. Phil Hawes. He fucking killed Phil Hawes. And then Jack Hermanson, you know, he caught Jack. He caught Jack with that weird leg lock. And he had him in a leg lock, and then what looked to be a calf slicer, but had this dude belly down in a back mount, ground and pound. Crazy. And if it matter who's wrestling is better, Imavov got the gas tank for the wrestling, but this is a 5-round fight. Nassadin's been in a 5-rounder before. Roman hasn't. But that doesn't mean that Roman's going to need all 5 rounds. But then again, if it goes to a 3rd or a 4th round, that's complicated. Because we got to see, does Roman carry his big power into the later rounds? Would he need to, though? That depends on what Imavov does. If Imavov can just make this grappling heavy for the majority of the fight, the Lidze probably gasses. He could carry a decision, or he could get a stoppage on Roman. But if Roman has it his way, this shit ends in like 2-3 rounds. Probably 1 maybe. Of him just being able to get a certain grappling situation going just to land his shots. And I don't think Imavov's been hit by a guy that big. I don't think Imavov's ever been hit by a guy with the level of power that the Lidze carries. That's a different level of power, man. I tell you that much. Imavov got struck on value, but not with power. Not with power like the Lidze. But we'll see. I take the Lidze, but my brain says Imavov might do something tricky here to get the win. But I'm gonna rock with the Lidze for now. The leads. And if it changes, it changes. But I'll let y'all know during the stream on OK Live. But if for now, I'll take the leads. The Lidze. Yeah. So that's it, man. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's pretty much me talking about these 2 fights here. I talked about the fights for the weekend. There's a couple other stuff on the card that's gonna be going on, but as far as I'm concerned, on OK Live, I am going to get the 1 fights on tomorrow. Let's get the 1 fights on. If you guys want to try to catch something, 1 Friday Fights 50 is on Friday. Go check that. The fight I want to see this year, well, it's crazy because the 1 fight I really do want to see this year, actually, as far as the fights I want to see this year, I don't know. I'm very interested in seeing now that it's happening, like we got the announcement that is happening, I do want to see how the damn how this Benoit Saint Denis how the Benoit Saint Denis Dustin Poirier fight's gonna look like. That's actually in my 10. The Dustin Poirier fight with Benoit Saint Denis. The Max Holloway Justin Gaethje fight is there as well. For UFC 300, I do want to see that. As far as the women fights go, it's definitely the women's strawweight title fight. I want to see that this year to happen for sure. I want to see Tom Aspinall in another fight. I don't know who he fights, but I want to see him in another fight. And whoever Alex Pereira defends his title against next. Yep. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because I don't even know what's going down for the end of the year yet. But yeah. Dustin Poirier's fight. Max could win. But for Max to win, Max has to pull off the most insanely incredible performance. He would have to pull off something like he did to a Brian Ortega, Calvin Kattar. He would have to do something like that. To that level to beat Justin Gaethje. He would have to do that. And you gotta remember, he has to do that while eating shots from Justin Gaethje. Because there's no way Max Holloway does not eat less than 20 shots, less than 30 shots from Justin Gaethje. Hell no. No. He will eat. He's gonna eat the shots, but I don't think clean shots. I'll say clean shots. Clean power shots from Justin Gaethje. I don't see him eating 30 of those shits early. Nah, I don't. Because if I say shots, I'm talking about jabs and stuff like that. If Justin Gaethje hits him with power shots, I don't see him eating more than 30. No. You got to think about that. Justin Gaethje hitting him with a hook or hitting him with the overhand. Just that big right hand that he throws. If he can land that shit on Max, I don't think Max stands. I think it'll be the first time we see Max take a knee in the middle of a fight. I really believe that. It's going to be a hell of a fight. Crazy levels of fight. But we're going to see, man. We're going to see. That's why I'm excited for that one. And if this Conor McGregor-Michael Chandler fight really happens, because everybody talks about that, they keep throwing that out there. Is it going to happen? And if it really is going to happen, what's the weight class, actually? The rumor, Conor said we're fighting at 185. I don't know how real that is. It's going to have to be a 155, 170 type fight. If it's 185, that's crazy. Depending on how Max feels the next day, I think that's what it's going to come down to. It'll be how does Max feel the next day. If Max gets knocked out, cold, he might call it a career. He might. If Max gets stopped by a TKO or something like that, I can see him saying, I'm going to continue this. But if he gets knocked out cold, like what Gaethje did to James Vick, what Gaethje did to Dustin Poirier in his last fight, yeah, I see Max probably saying, I might have to sit out for a minute. I got to reassess some things. I can see that happening. But shit, man, I'm so excited. 189. That's the weight. But yeah, man. If Conor, Michael Chandler, if they fight, man. But there's so many good matchups for this division. For just all these fights. Oh, and if Leon Edwards defends, if Leon Edwards gets to defend his title against Shavkat Rakhmonov. That's what I want to see this year too. Oh yeah, no. I want to actually see him fight against Bilal Muhammad, but I do want to see if it could happen, him defend against Shavkat Rakhmonov this year as well. That's what I want to see. If it could happen. If it could happen. Yeah. I want to see him take the, if he's, I know Conor, man, Conor got his money. Talking about that, I'm trying to see that Roadhouse movie. He actually looks pretty good in that movie. I want to see that joint with him and Jake Gyllenhaal. Because, Ronda was supposed to be in it, but, Ronda lost. Yeah. So I'm going to try to catch that too, man. But, yo, that's it. That's all I got to say about today. Sorry, my throat. If you want to see me, man, check me out on Twitter or X. New Year, same B at Mr. B 1986. Drop a DM. Retweet my tweets, like my tweets or whatever. There's a good bunch of good folks on the MMA community side there. Also on the boxing side there. I'm linked up with both. And on OK Live, man. I'm on OK Live, Mr. B. Yup. Mr. B, MISTRB 1986 on X. Yeah. Just like how I spell it here. Just 1986 at the end. And there you go. You'll find me. You'll find me on X. But yeah. But I know I really get busy during like the weekends. But I've been trying to get a couple more tweets out there. Yeah, 1986. Yep. But that's it, man. Appreciate y'all guys as always. I'll probably be on with the folks tomorrow, maybe. Gonna definitely get on OK Live to get the one fights on for sure. And if anything, we'll probably watch the BKFC card, even though I know it's on the YouTube channel. There was a lot of violence on that card. There was a lot of violence on that card, so I want to check that out. I seen like little snippets and pictures, people's posts. So I'm like, oh shit, I probably gotta watch this. So I'm gonna watch it. And yeah, man. We'll get into it. You guys be good, be easy, take care. I'll see y'all for the weekend, hopefully, where we can catch this fight night card, man, and all the good stuff. Enjoy the rest of your week. Peace. And thanks for coming through, JJ. Appreciate it.